Sunday Stories. And today, as you all can see the caption, the story's name is One Mistake. This is an episode with 2-3 stories, and all are really meaningful. So this is a story about a young boy, a very small boy, and he used to get angry at very small things, and after getting angry he used to fight, he used to utter bad words, and the words used to hurt so many people all around. The father was very upset because he knew that this was a weak point in his son and he needed to change this behavior of his son. His son as such was a very nice person, was very nice boy. He was a very hard worker. He used to study well, work well, everything was okay. Only thing was his aggressive nature. So the father calls him one day and explains him so many things. And then tells him, see son, you need to control your anger. So the son also said, yes father, I realize I do this, but I get so angry. I don't want to hurt anyone, and but I end up saying bad words and fighting and all that. But later on I regret my actions. So the father said, all right, do one thing. And father actually wanted to explain him things. So the father told him, that once, you are such a nice boy, but one mistake can hurt anyone. Right now you are very small, but if you don't change your way, it's really going to be very painful for others too, and for yourself too. So he said, see, every time you get angry, and don't go and fight with anyone, or don't get aggressive and don't say bad words to anyone. Just take a nail, go to the fence. We have a fence all around our house, wooden fence was there. So he said, go to the fence and put that nail. Next time you get angry, again put a nail. So son said, all right. So the father said, in the end of few months or a month or so, we'll analyze how many times you got angry, on which date and all that. So he starts from the next day, early in the morning, at something he gets angry, and then he remembers what his father had said, that he has to control his anger. He takes a nail, he takes a hammer, goes to the fence and puts the nail. So in the beginning, in one day there were around 10 nails. Second day again, 9 to 10 nails. Every day he started putting nails. Now this was becoming a very cumbersome practice. So he tried to control his anger every time. He used to feel that, oh, if I get angry, I'll have to go and put the nail. And, putting the nail into that wooden fence, the fence was a very solid one. And it was really, he had to work very hard on putting that. And on putting that, when he used to work so hard, he used to forget his anger. And then, but he kept nailing it because he was a very truthful child and he wanted to do as his father had told. So at, first day there were 10 nails, again next day, then again next day, many nails. But gradually the number of nails started decreasing. He started controlling his anger. And one day there was just one nail, and then few days there were just no nails. The father was noticing this every day. So after, around a month or so, they both went out to the garden to look at the nails. So the father said, all right, you started from here. So 10 times you got angry on the first day. Second day also it was the same. Third day it was 8. Fourth day it was 7. Then again 6, 5. And now I'm noticing since last 3-4 days, there is not one nail. So you have started controlling your anger. I'm so proud of you. The son feels very happy because yes, he was trying his best to control his anger so that he doesn't have to go and put the nail. So the father says, all right, now from tomorrow, you will go backwards and you will go and take out those nails. Not all together. Of one day you can take out on one day, then second day you can take out the number of nails. So that way you'll end up taking out the 10 nails of the first day also. So he says, all right. So next day he goes, he takes out the nail, then again 2-3 nails, then again 2-3 nails. So again after a few days, father goes round again to the garden with his son and says, Father, I have taken out all the nails. But there is a question in my mind. These nails have left scars, they have left marks, those holes are there. So the father said, yes, this is what I was trying to teach you. Every action or every word uttered by us can make a scar in anyone's mind. People, the relationship keeps going on. But what action, what one mistake you did remains there in the mind of the other person, that this person had said this to me on such and such incident. So never try your best, never utter wrong words, never fight, never commit mistakes. Try your best not to do so. So the son said, okay, but I'm not understanding. Sometimes, one mistake can be, I can do it. I can commit a mistake. So the father said, see, I can only explain you by what we have read in the scriptures and what we have been noticing, analyzing and seeing. So he said, Father, tell me something. How? Please explain. Tell me something of the past or whatever you're telling about scriptures. So he says, all right, I'll tell you an incident of Mahabharata. When the Mahabharata, that is the fight between the Kauravas and Pandavas, was over, and the Pandavas had become successful and they had got Hastinapur back, and all the others, Duryodhan and Bhishma Pitama and Karn and Dushasan, Dronacharya, everybody was killed. So one day Rukmini was sitting with Krishan ji, Lord Krishna. Rukmini was his wife. So Rukmini, says everything is good, you helped the Pandavas and you supported the right people. But I'm very upset, why was Dronacharya killed? He was such a, great teacher. He was a great guru. He had trained everybody. He was the person who had learnt everything from Bhagwan Parshuram, and he was such a good person. And Bhishma Pitama, he had taken a pledge, and the whole life he kept that pledge and everything. He was such a nice person. He respected everybody and he did everything for Hastinapur that was best. Why were they killed? Why was Karan killed? Karn was known as a person, a giver. Anyone who used to ask him, he used to donate, he used to just, give anything that the people asked for, and he used to help the needy. He was such a big giver. Why was he killed? And he was, the greatest warrior, the only warrior that was equivalent to Arjun. Why were they killed? So Lord Krishna said, Rukmini, it was only by committing mistake, one mistake. So she said, what mistake? He said, the episode when Dushasan was derobing, was taking out the sari, derobing the sari of Draupadi. Everybody was sitting in the palace. Dronacharya was also there and Bhishma Pitama were also there. Dhritarashtra, the king, or the father of Duryodhan and his 99 brothers, he was also there, but he was blind. He couldn't see what was actually happening. He knew, he was a witness there, but he was not seeing. He couldn't see. But Bhishma Pitama, being such a great person and an elder, He committed a mistake by keeping quiet. And same by Dronacharya. One mistake will always be answered by God in some way or the other. Karma comes back. You do good, good comes back, but even one mistake you commit, you are punished accordingly. She says, all right, what about Karn? So he says, when Abhimanyu, during the war, when Abhimanyu was going to die and he was lying, before dying he wanted water. He was there in the pit and he wanted water to drink. Karn, who is such a giver, he did not give that water to him. And during this war, and Abhimanyu died. And during this war only, in the same pit, the chariot of Karn got stuck. The wheel of the chariot got stuck and he died there. He was killed at that place. So what goes around comes around. One mistake and all your goodness is gone. We are still humans. We commit so many mistakes every day. But we need to control our actions. If it is really possible and you can do something about it, if you are seeing a wrong happening in front of you, do protest, do raise your voice, do revolt. If you stay mum, if you keep watching a wrong happening, then you are also a part and parcel of that wrong deed. Always raise your voice and think before you speak, because they leave scars. Think before you act, because actions do come back. What goes around comes around. As you sow, so shall you reap. So the son understood, and the son wanted to know another incident of it. He said, all right, father, this was regarding Mahabharata. What about this life, that in the modern life in which we are living? Give an example of this. So the father said, all right, I'll tell you one more short story. There was a 15-year-old boy traveling with his father in the train. In the same compartment, there were other people sitting too. So he was a 15-year-old boy and he was acting like a kid. When the trees were running, the train is going in the other direction, the trees run at the opposite direction. So, he was shouting and he was so very excited that, Father, see, the trees are running back. Father, see, it's such a beautiful beach. It's all green. Oh my God, there's such a lot of water. Father, see those houses. Oh, that's a bird. Oh, Father, what is that? What is this? Looking out of the window as the train was running fast, this 15-year-old boy was talking just like a small kid. All the others were noticing him. One of them said, oh, I think he's mad. He's mentally retarded. He's such a big boy, but he's, acting like a small baby. The other said, oh, so much noise your son is making. How old is he? So the father of that boy said, he's 15. Said, he's just behaving like a small boy. What's wrong with him? Get him checked to a doctor. So when everybody, 2-3 people started saying this, the boy who was listening, he became serious. He felt very bad. Then the father said, no, actually, we are just coming back from the doctor. Just 2 days back, a surgery took place. Since birth, my son was blind. He's seeing all this for the first time. So he's exclaiming like that. He knows everything. But he has just gained his sight. He's seeing everything for the first time. So I brought him for a railway journey so that he is able to see all the beautiful things in life the world has to give to us. All the three men felt very ashamed who had talked such bad words for that little boy. They apologized. But the boy must have felt bad. We should never speak without thinking. We should never act without thinking. Analyze things. Think before you speak. Think before you act. Do not commit mistakes. If they can be controlled, control. And yes, if you see any wrong happening, protest, raise your voice. Because if you are not revolting or raising your voice or protesting, you are a part and parcel of the wrong thing that is happening. I hope you liked my stories. We'll meet next Sunday with another story. Till then, goodbye, take care, be good.